and the omnibus. So I was forced into the Archers when I was a child. And look, it's come back to bite me later on. I'm awash with this stuff.
The Archers is the world's longest-running radio show, with more than 15,000 episodes broadcast. Despite being a rural flavour show, The Archers is recorded in the heart of...
Welcome back to the deep dive. So the material we're looking at today, it really gives us this intense snapshot, doesn't it? It's all happening at once.
It really is. You've got the everyday stuff like running a farm, dealing with pub life, even starting a relationship.
Right, the normal anxieties.
Exactly. And then, bam! It just slams right into this huge personal crisis. It's all packed into one Sunday afternoon and evening.
Okay, so our mission here is to sort of unpack the key developments. We've got 3 main threads.
That's right. 3 big things happening. Updates on the rural businesses, some new social, maybe romantic stuff going on. And then this sudden, really serious personal blow-up.
And the context is tight. We're talking Sunday, focusing on characters in farming, running the local pub, and then crucially, dealing with someone about to be released from prison. Or maybe not.
Precisely. The potential delay is hanging over everything.
Okay, let's dive in. First up, work and enterprise. Starting with Adam at home farm. Seems like quite a shift there.
Oh, absolutely. Home farm first. Adam's really stepping up. It's clear he's taking the leadership role seriously now. He even admitted something quite funny.
What's that?
Well, he said he used to properly mock his dad for being obsessed with weather reports.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was just peak farming boredom.
Yeah, I can imagine. And now
he's the one glued to the weather app. He's got it set for hourly updates.
hourly. Wow. Okay, so it's that moment where you suddenly get why your parents did that thing you thought was ridiculous.
Exactly. It wasn't boredom. It was managing risk. Serious risk, especially right now.
Right, because of the crops.
Yeah. The sources confirmed the winter beans went in okay, which is good. Harvest for those is looking like early August, maybe a week or 2 after the wheat.
Okay, so that's planned out. But the immediate thing?
The immediate thing, the reason for the hourly weather checks, is the maize harvest. It starts this week. And maize is, well, it's very sensitive. Bad weather now could be disastrous.
So the weather app isn't just fussing, it's business critical. Makes sense. He's channeling that new pressure into something he can control, sort of.
He is. The coping mechanism, almost.
Yeah.
We see a similar kind of pressure over at the bowl, actually, but maybe managed less successfully.
The bull. They're meant to be doing well, award-winning and all that, but Jolene's struggling.
Yeah, she bumps into Emma and basically admits she's frantic. They're short-staffed because Kenton's away, isn't he? Staying with Shula for a bit.
Right, for a couple of weeks. So Jolene's holding the fort.
And feeling it. She mentions missing black peppercorns off the cash and carry order.
Peppercorns, okay, not world-ending, but...
But it shows where her head's at, right? She's stressed, stretched thin, and little details are slipping. It's just a sign of that mental overload.
Especially when you're trying to keep up that award-winning standard she mentioned.
Exactly. She does bring that up. The award, the ceremony coming up in a couple of weeks. It's that classic contrast.
Yeah, the successful public face.
And the slightly frantic private reality of just trying to keep everything running. It's the same pressure, really. Whether you're harvesting maize or running a pub, high stakes, practical limits.
Okay, let's shift gears from work stress to social stress. The awkwardness of maybe romance. Adam again, but this time with Paul, the vet nurse.
Yeah, Adam and Paul, they're seeing how it goes, is the phrase used.
Okay. And it started well. I saw something about Saturday night.
It did. Sounds like they had a great time dancing at this cool little venue in Digbeth over in Birmingham.
Nice.
So good, in fact, that Adam later invited Jolene to meet them for a drink at the bowl.
But that's where the uh-oh moment happened.
That's where the conversation anxiety kicked in, yeah.
Yeah.
Paul actually pulls Jolene aside later, kind of panicked.
Panicked? Why?
He admits he was totally casting around for conversation topics, and he's worried he bored Adam. He actually yawned during one of Adam's stories.
Oh, no. What was the story? Please tell me it wasn't farm-related.
Worse, I think. It was about his kid, Xander. Apparently, Xander ate too many damsons and got a really dodgy stomach.
Oh, dear.
Which then led to this whole detailed saga about the correct way to administer liquid paracetamol to a toddler. Dose, timing, the lot.
Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe not prime date conversation. Definitely more suited for a stressed parents chat group.
Exactly. Total mood killer.
Yeah.
And Paul's attempt to rescue things wasn't much better, bless him.
What did he try?
He tried to tell a work story. about a rabbit with a dotty stomach. Okay, relevant theme. But the owner was apparently this manic 1970s seaside comedian type, complete with the bobble hat, who just kept telling rabbit jokes.
Rabbit jokes, like what?
Like, where do rabbits go for trim? They're hairdressers, that kind of thing.
Oh, my goodness. I can just feel the awkward silence from here. So Paul's fear was probably justified. He was struggling.
Totally. The anecdotes were just too niche, too separate, no shared ground.
So rescue mission needed. Enter Jolene.
Enter Jolene, the expert pub manager. She introduces them to this new thing she's trying out at the bowl.
What is it?
It's called the Box of Chatter. Basically, a set of game cards with conversation prompts designed to get people talking about something else.
Clever. Like social first aid. What kind of prompts?
They sound quite fun, actually.
Yeah.
One example was, Player 1 has elastic arms. Player 2 can see the future. Who wins in a fight?
Okay, that works. Takes the focus right off yourselves.
Exactly. Another one was arguing about who has the worst friends. Is it Lily, who always interrupts?
Or Josh, the slob who pretends he's done his chores on the cleaning rota.
Right. That kind of low-stakes, relatable debate. It's safe conflict, gets people talking. Brilliant pub idea, really.
Definitely. But even that got interrupted, didn't it? Something about Rory.
Yeah, just as they're getting into the worst friends debate, Rory suddenly has to leg it. Like, proper dash out of the pub.
Why? Where was he going?
Back to Blossom Hill Cottage. Apparently Brian, who's supposed to be relaxing in the Algarve, got convinced he'd left the gas ring on. So Rory had to rush home and check.
Oh, for goodness sake. You go from arguing about superpowers to a potential gas leak scare from Portugal. That's village life in a nutshell, isn't it?
Pretty much sums it up. That small, sharp spike of anxiety.
Which brings us, unfortunately, to a much, much bigger spike of anxiety. The final thread. George.
Yeah. If the gas ring was a needle prick, this is. This is a hammer blow. It completely changes the tone of the evening.
We need to understand the context first, right?
Right.
What was the feeling before the crisis hit?
Absolutely crucial. Everyone was living in this state of, well, relieved anticipation. George was scheduled for release on Thursday, just days away.
Thursday. Okay. And Clary was focusing on that.
Oh, totally. He was channeling all her nervous energy into baking. The sources mentioned yet another test run of George's favorite treacle tart.
Another one. She really wanted it perfect for his return.
Exactly. Perfecting that tart was her way of preparing, of having some control. It's this little symbol of hope, isn't it? Of homecoming and peace.
And Emma. How was she feeling just before?
Emma was feeling the weight lift. She says George deserves a chance to get back on with his life. You feel her relief, her anticipation of just being able to hug her son again. She even mentions gratitude for his past actions, the ones that led to this. It was like reaching the peak of hope.
The peak before the fall. Because then the phone rings.
And everything shatters instantly. It's George calling.
And the news is bad.
Devastating. He tells Emma he's been framed.
Framed? How? What happened?
They searched his room,
Yeah.
found a shank, a homemade knife, hidden in his bed.
Oh, God.
George swears it isn't his, absolutely swears it. But that almost doesn't matter at this stage.
Why not?
Because the consequence is immediate. He has a hearing scheduled for tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow? That fast?
That fast.
Okay.
And this is the brutal reality hitting home. As George points out, inside, he's seen as a criminal. There's no presumption of innocence like on the outside.
So if they find against him at the hearing...
He could get extra time. Weeks. Maybe even a month or more tacked onto his sentence. Just like that. Freedom snatched away.
When he was so close. Just 4 days left, he thought.
You can feel his desperation. He talks about the stress feeling like actual weights in his body. And Emma, her relief just curdles into fear and then into absolute fury.
Fury directed where?
At Jolene. She confronts her, points the finger directly.
Why Jolene?
She blames Jolene and Kenton for this whole mess, linking it straight back to them grassing on Marky. She basically says, I told you this would happen, I warned you there'd be payback, and now George is paying the price.
Wow. So it's not just general anger, it's specific blame, tying it back to that whole dangerous situation.
Exactly. It's bitter, it's raw. Emma feels like their past actions have just destroyed her son's chance at freedom. She's completely undone.
And how does that confrontation end?
It ends with this desperate plea from Emma, asking Jolene to just pray. Pray the hearing goes George's way tomorrow.
Oh God, the contrast. From obsessing over weather apps and treacle tarts at the start of the day.
To this, the raw, terrifying vulnerability of being caught in the prison system where someone can just plant something and potentially steal your freedom all over again. It's jarring.
That's the power of this deep dive, isn't it? Seeing it all collide. So let's just quickly recap the threads.
Okay, we've got Adam facing the critical maize harvest, hyper-focused on the weather.
We've got Adam and Paul trying to navigate the awkward early stages of dating, rescued briefly by a pub game.
And then we have George, whose entire immediate future, his release just days away, now hangs precariously on the outcome of a disciplinary hearing tomorrow afternoon, all happening simultaneously.
It really drives home how interconnected everything is. Business, personal life, past actions, present danger. There's no neat separation.
None at all. You can't build walls between these parts of life. The jeopardy just bleeds through.
So hopefully this synthesis gives you, our listener, a really clear picture of the intense pressure points everyone's facing as this Sunday ends.
And before we finish, let's circle back to something seemingly trivial, but maybe not so trivial now. That box of chatter.
Right, the game cards.
Remember that prompt? Arguing who has the worst friends. Lily the interrupter, or Josh the slob who fixed the cleaning rota.
Yeah, seemed like harmless fun.
Well, think about George now. Framed. Facing more prison time, potentially because, as Emma implies, his own associates won't risk grassing to clear his name or point the finger at who really planted the shank.
Ooh, yeah.
So when the stakes jump from cleaning rotas to actual physical danger and betrayal,
Yeah.
what does worst friend even mean then? What's the real measure of loyalty when things get truly serious?
That's definitely something to mull over. Puts those pub games in a different light entirely. We'll leave you with that thought until the next deep dive.
So, what are you doing now?
Just getting ready for the next episode. Just
And,
moving mics around.
So, what do you do?
I do the spot effects on the archers. Any
Are you what we
movements
call Foley then?
and- kind of. Yep. That's,
Okay. And these are all part of the paraphernalia of production.
yep. That's the ball bar. That's.
This one.
Yep. That's.
Haley so wanted to be in their own place when their baby came. It's due in 2 months. Not much chance of that now. No. I mean, it would have been a stretch for them financially, mind, but I just wish there was something practical I could do to help them, Caroline. I mean,
I think The Archers has had this immense popularity over the years, basically because it has always very accurately reflected the reality of life and living in a rural community at whatever